What it do, what it do. If you clicked on this video, shout out to you. All right, boom. We're back again with another sample loop breakdown. I'm showing you my process and how I made this sample loop. I really like this sample loop because this is the first time I actually used a live guitar in this loop. Yes, a live guitar. I can't play for the life of me, but I made it work. So I'm very excited for this one, and let's see what we did over here. So first we started off with a JX3P lead, just some simple chords, kind of like brighter, hopeful chords, I should say. I put some reels on there, some spring reverb, and a simple EQ. Panned it over to the left, made it mono a little bit, right? You know the works. Then added a JX3P flute lead, just to kind of complement the chord progression from the JX3P. JX3P, the flute. I did another simple like EQ pans type situation. I didn't want to use your regular, I would say, Soundtoys pan. I just want to use like more stock stuff for this particular sound. So I did a Fruity Panomatic. With that being said, these two leads, they kind of complement each other. It's kind of like a call and response again. A conversation, if you may. Right, so with those two leads, I thought it'd be cool to add a bass from my JX3P. So I added in a bass line. Like, I love this bass so much. So I put Decim Mode on there to give it like a little bit more of like distortion and stuff. And with these three sounds, fire. Like, I love that. So to give it more rhythm, sometimes I use my voice because like your voice is an instrument too, right? So I use my voice in this situation to kind of give it more of rhythm. So I added some ums and ahs and yeah, random stuff, but the random stuff always works. I'm telling you, just have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, like, take a nap, reevaluate life. Like, what are you doing? So with the voice, this is how it is. So with the voice, I recorded it in a lower octave. I fooled around with the pitch a little bit. I pitched it all the way up. Then after, I just put some simple vintage verb on there, and I fooled around with the EQ a little bit. Nothing crazy. So yeah, with the bass and the other elements so far, this is what you have, right? So this is the meat of the sandwich. Like, this is, yeah, this this is basically like the main part of the sample, right? So I want to add some accents in there. So I added like a random JX3P accent, and this is what it sounds like. Yeah, so I had a pedal, a guitar pedal that I used for that accent, and I just ran it through that guitar pedal. And I put some chorus on here, some Tao chorus. I love this chorus on a lot of like my synths and stuff. Right, then after added another like accent lead. This is what it sounds like. and that's actually from my monopoly. So one accent from my JX3P and another accent from my monopoly. It's just all call and response, right? So with all that, this is what it sounds like. It's like one big conversation, you know, and I feel like that's what making music is really about, just having a conversation, you know, just your thoughts. Let me just stop before I go on a tangent. I get super deep with it, but if you know, you know. So I used another lead, like an accent lead from the CZ plugin. It's like a weird lead, but it complements the sample, right? Now that sounds fire, right? So I added another CZ lead in there too. And yeah, in the background you did hear guitar if you missed it. So what I did for the guitar, it took me so long to record like 5 notes, but this is basically what the guitar sounds like. And for that, I put, I ran it through a plugin called Hardcore with a Ballad Clean FG preset. I did, you know, some EQ'd out the lows and some of the high, and just had like the mid really shine. I put Valhalla Room just to kind of like make it brighter and make it sound larger, appear larger. And I ran it through a pan as well. So it just pans from like left to right. So after that, I'm like, you know what? I just want to add like some simple textures in there since I already have a lot of really good components to the sample. I didn't want to overproduce it. Right, that's what you have so far. So I'm like, okay, what would be cool? It kind of gave me, like, I'm sitting by the park, you know, just watching the sunset, you know, mellow vibes, right? So I found some bird noises and stuff. So yeah, just really cool vibes, right? Chill vibes. So next, I'm like, okay, well, I already know that I have my voice as a rhythm. So let me add in an actual rhythmic element, like some type of like percussions or something in there to kind of keep the the sample loop flowing and stuff. So added in this perk loop. Right, so that complemented the sample really well. And in its entirety, this is basically what you have. Then the guitar. I think that's the start of the show, like the guitar, you know, comes in again. Yeah, and that was really it. You know, it was really simple. A lot of key components for this sample loop here. Every sound had its own space. And they all complemented each other, the right sounds. It was just really about sound selection. But this one is more of like a mellow vibe. Every sound has its own space. I didn't do too much in terms of, you know, like overproducing it and being extra with ear candy and all that stuff. You still had the ear candy, but I was very selective with where I wanted to put the ear candy. And yeah, here we are. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want me to use particular plugins or presets and stuff, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, if the budget is there, I got you. I'll use those on the next sample loops and stuff. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep showing more of my process on other loops that I've created and stuff. And yeah, let's go from there. But yeah, man, if you enjoy these videos, like, comment, subscribe, share. You know the vibes. We're out of here, okay? One love, peace.